Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Join me as we make some fattah. Let's start with the broth. We're gonna do 1 onion chopped, 2 sticks of celery, 2 carrots, some bay leaves, and some spices. So now we're gonna go ahead and add the bay leaves and the chopped veggies. So now it's time for the spices. We need 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of coriander, a quarter teaspoon of cardamom, and 1 teaspoon of vegeta. Let's season the beef with salt and pepper. I've heated up the oil so that the beef will brown quickly. Now I'm just flipping over the beef. It has browned very nicely. So now I'm gonna cover, and I let my beef cook for about 2 hours because I like my beef to be soft, but you can adjust the timing to your liking. Now it's time to start the red sauce. So we need 7 cloves of garlic, peeled and minced. So here are all the ingredients for the red sauce. We have 2 cups of tomato sauce, 7 cloves of garlic minced, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, a quarter cup of white vinegar, 1 teaspoon of 7 spice, and salt and pepper to taste. So this is my favorite part, the garlic, because it smells so good. I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of ghee. And then I'm gonna add the garlic, and I'm gonna saute the garlic until it's golden brown. So I'm gonna remove some of the garlic and save it for later for our garlic broth sauce. Now that the garlic is golden brown, we're gonna add a quarter cup of white vinegar. Now we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. We're gonna add 1 teaspoon of 7 spice and salt and pepper to taste. Now we're ready to add 2 cups of tomato sauce. Now we're gonna add 1 cup of the broth that we made earlier. Now we're gonna cover it up and let it simmer for about 10 minutes. So now I'm gonna add in the soup to make our garlic broth sauce. Next, I'm gonna add the garlic that we saved earlier and salt and pepper to taste. Now it's time to start the rice. I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of ghee, clarified butter. I'm gonna add in 2 cups of rice that I rinsed. To add a little bit extra flavor to the rice, I'm gonna add 2 cups of the broth that we made earlier. And 2 cups of water. I added just a teaspoon of salt because there was already some salt in the broth. So once it comes to a boil, we're gonna cover and let it simmer for 25 minutes. Now we're gonna cut up the pita bread into little squares so that we can put them in the oven and make them super crunchy. So now we're gonna drizzle them with oil and we're going to pop them in the oven and cook them for about 5 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. So now for the fun part, we're gonna do the layers. So we're gonna start with our pita. And then we're gonna add some of the garlic broth that we made earlier. Next, we're going to add a layer of rice. And then we're gonna add the tomato sauce. And next, we're gonna add the beef pieces. I added the rest of the pita to the sides of the bowl. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. I'll see you in my next video.